What's up guys, it's Luke Rollins again, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing the Dr. Sleep movie review, so let's get into it guys. Struggling with alcoholism, Dan Torrance remains traumatized by the sinister events that occurred at the Overlook Hotel when he was a child. His hope for a peaceful existence soon becomes shattered when he meets Abra, a teen who shares his extrasensory gift of the shine. Together they form an unlikely alliance to battle the True Knot, a cult whose members try to feed off the shine of innocence to become immortal. Okay guys, the director of this movie is Mike Flanagan, and he directed movies like Gerald's Game, Ouija, Origin of Evil, Before I Wake, Hush, Oculus, and Absentia. So let me tell you, this movie was remarkable. I mean, Ewan McGregor does an outstanding performance in this movie, and I gotta say, this is actually almost better than The Shining. I don't know about you guys, but this movie was outstanding. We have a really good cast. We have Ewan McGregor starring as Danny Torrance he's all grown up. He's that little boy from the first Shining. And then we have someone new, Rebecca Ferguson, Rose the Hat, and she does a phenomenal performance in this movie. I mean, she's like one of my favorite characters in this movie. Her acting was just awesome. I mean, you guys are going to love her acting. She makes a really good villain. We have Kylie Curran. She stars as Abra Stone. She is the little girl that has similar abilities to Danny, which is like kind of like magic and all that stuff. And then we have Emily Allen Lind starring as Snakebite. She is one of the children, because remember guys, this is a Stephen King, based on the Stephen King book, and she's one of the children, in the world that also has some of the abilities, like she has like the ability to control her mind, control other people's minds, like make people do weird shit and all that. But she is really good in this movie. What I love about this movie, guys, is the people who feed on the shine. Rebecca Ferguson, Rose the Hat, and Emily Allen Lind, she's Snakebite, and they kind of start off in the movie, in the beginning, kind of strong, where they feed off of children and all that. But then as we get to the end of the movie, they kind of get weak, because it's hard to find other children and all that. And you know what? I just love that about this movie. And the visual effects in this movie are outstanding. I mean, it was amazing. And Kylie Curran, Abra Stone, she is really good as a child actress in this movie. Oh my gosh, she's phenomenal and brilliant in this movie. She would just make your day. This child is, awesome in this movie, and I think you guys are really gonna like the stuff that she can do with her mind and all that. So I would look into that, because she's awesome. Let's see. Okay guys, so in the beginning of the movie, I'm not spoiling anything with this movie, but in the beginning of the movie, this movie does start off slow, but I have been hearing rumors about, oh my gosh, it's so slow and it's so boring. Don't listen to that, because in the beginning, this movie is slow in the beginning, but really, it's slow but entertaining at the same time. So don't listen to all the other people saying it's slow and boring. It's actually really entertaining. It just doesn't have a lot of action in it. It's just entertaining. So this movie does start off slow in the beginning, and then as we get into the middle, it starts to pick up the action, the scares, the action, the jump scares, and all of that magic and all that. So it is worth seeing this movie, because this movie is a remarkable film and it's stunning. So you guys should go check out this movie. This movie is the cinematography. Now, the cinematography is very similar to The Shining, some cinematography. The house looks the exact same in this movie, and that's what I love about this movie. This movie does give you a lot of jump scares towards the middle of the movie, and yeah. Let's talk more about Abra Stone. So she is kind of related to, not related, but she has the same abilities as Danny Torrance, Ewan McGregor's character. And ever since she was little, she had these abilities, with things, and we don't really get to see Abra and Danny Torrance in the beginning of the movie. We usually get to see them towards the middle. Abra uses her mind to, communicate with Danny Torrance and, to track him, and then, we finally get, them both together. So, okay, guys, so now some things that they did differently in this movie is they recreated the cast from the beginning of the movie, from the first Shining, how we had different casts, like Wendy, and they recreated the cast. So Wendy is Alexandra S.O., and then we have Roger Dale Floyd starring as Danny. So the cast is a completely different cast for this movie. So don't be shocked if you see different, flashbacks of, a different cast, from the first Shining. So yeah. Some things that I feel like they could have done differently in this movie is made it harder to kill the people who feed on the shine, harder to kill them. And I feel like they should have had more, I feel like they should have, dove in really deep on their backstory, because we don't really get to see them a lot in this movie until the middle or end act of the movie. So I do feel like they should have showed more backstory, and I feel like it should have been harder to kill, the people who feed on the shine. So if I'm going to rate this movie, I'm going to give it 4.5 stars and A. It's entertaining, it's dark, it gives us more explanation of The Shining, and we get new creatures, and we get more information of the people who feed on the shine, the children, and all that. And the cast is just remarkable. Rebecca Ferguson, starring as Rose the Hat, does an outstanding, phenomenal performance in this movie as Rose the Hat. So you guys are going to love her. Alright guys, well, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to like, comment, and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next movie review.